Good morning, YouTube. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Like a lot of my neighborhood, we're taking a little bit of a late start for the day, hence why I've got sunrise instead of pitch black. But it does make it a little bit better for you guys to be able to see me and walk and talk. So I'm on day 16 of the 75 hard. And it was hard to get up this morning, that's for sure. Especially when it's chilly outside. It's in the 20s. It's been better than it has been, so that's not too bad. So one of the things I wanted to talk about is where I found holes in my gear for going out and doing this. So none of the stuff that I have currently on right now is stuff that costs a ton of money. This cool jacket, found it at a thrift store. My rucksack was probably the most expensive thing. Got it secondhand or third hand or whoever knows from a army supply store. It's an old Alice pack, so it's a metal frame. But when I was out here walking before, I had no issues because it was cold, but not too cold. I'm looking up ahead, see if I can flip the camera. There's some deer up there. I don't know if you can see them on the trail. There's 3 of them at least. Right in the middle. Nope, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's see how close I can get to them without them spooking. That's the kind of cool stuff you see. One of the things I noticed is once it got below about 20, I needed something to cover my face. I was using a shamag or a little face mask, like the little face skins. One thing about those, really breathable. Bad thing about those is the condensation catches on the other side when it's cold and it freezes to your face, which makes it a whole lot of fun to take off. Other things I've noticed, my shoes. Those are important. So I had a decent pair of boots. Oh, here, I'm a little closer to the deer. Let's see if we can spot them. They're right about there. Oh, and they just disappeared. We'll see if we can see them in the woods where they're trying to hide, probably. Anyway, back to boots. The boots that I had were decent Timberland work boots. Figured out those would be fine. Then with some wool socks, should be good. No, they were cold, and they weren't even steel toe. That, by the way, is a big hint. Don't get steel toe boots so the cold keeps that cold in. Anyway, $10 at a local hardware store, fleece lined. Keeps my rosy red cheeks from freezing in the cold, and it keeps the ice away. The deer are right to my right, so I'm gonna go real slow by them. You can probably see them. It's all right. Hello, girls. You're good. It's all right. It's all right. There's 2. There's 2 more up ahead. It's okay. I see y'all. You're fine. I'm right there. It's all right. That's the cool part about being out here. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. I've been following their trail for a while. I wonder what was going to spook them. Kind of cool. So, other little holes in my gear. The biggest one I found as well, stuff for your hands. So gloves that are fingered are nice, but they don't help keep your hands warm. So I got these hunting gloves a while back. They were a little bit more expensive, but now I got a mitten. The cool part is they flip back so that I can hold on. So if I need to use my fingers for something, like pulling a trigger when I go hunting, or, you know, fumble with my car keys or a camera. Anyway, I covered some of the holes in that part of my gear. But I'll tell you right now, it's 20 something degrees and I'm warm. Probably too warm. And for those of you who've never gone on long hikes in the winter, too warm's not a good thing, because then you start to sweat. And when you sweat, if you don't have the right base layers on, especially if you're wearing cotton, that cotton will soak up the water and pulls it from your body. But then it goes closer to the cold. It keeps that cold in. At least is what I found. Other fun parts about 75 hard that I've been going through and why I'm doing it is, one, I get to see deer like that. That's the third or fourth time I've seen that same little herd. Spooked skunk. Thank God that didn't end out poorly. Get used to your local area where you're walking. You know what animals are there. I found multiple new trails. I can take myself on, my wife and kiddos down, because we all like to hike together. Usually not in the snow. I think the other benefit of doing the 75 hard stuff is that it really is a mental game. I'll be honest. A couple days ago, I wanted to throw in the towel. I was done. You got to figure, if you're working out twice a day, or if you feel squirrely, and sometimes I've done 3 days where I'm sitting and watching TV and just hop on the bike. But you're working out twice a day, so if I'm at 16 days, that's 32 workouts straight. And it's brutal. It takes a toll. You got to tell yourself, hey, I just got to go ruck for today. I just got to go do this for today. The nice part about it is that, you know, it's got to get done, and you got to pass it. The one rule that they have is if you screw it up on the 75 hard, you miss one thing. You don't do your reading, you don't drink enough water, you don't do your 2 workouts, you start back at 1. As I said, I'm 16 days in. I've announced it to the public, to the world, that I'm doing it. Now I'm stuck. You don't want that embarrassment. Now there's people who might lie about it, so that way they don't have to admit that they screwed up. But then that's integrity, and you'll always know you didn't do it. So, just a quick video, kind of covering some of the gears that I've done, trying to encourage others to get up off their duff. Had a lot of folks say that I was stupid or crazy for doing this, and I don't fault them. I think it's stupid or crazy doing this too. But it's kind of like, if you compare it to, let's say, investing, whenever everybody's freaking out and selling, that's when you should be buying. When everybody's telling you it's crazy or you shouldn't do it or it can't be done, maybe that's when you should be doing it. Because there's a certain part of pride in knowing that those 7 years, it's hard to do. Not many people voluntarily do it or try and do it. Look at that sunrise. Ain't that pretty? Bob's finally out, so it'll warm up. Have a good day. Get active, stay active. Take care of one another. I'll talk to you soon.